I'm Katrina Wilson, and I am running for school board member, District 1. I've been a lifelong educator for more than 30 years, and I have served in Miami-Dade County Public Schools for almost 40 years. I think that I have a depth of knowledge about education and an experience that has allowed me to understand many, many details from the very, very lowest of the low to the very, very highest of the high. Education is the gateway to the future. I think it allows you to dream. Our children are the single most important thing to the future of our city, the future of our country. The more we give to them, the more we impart into them, the stronger we are. My top priority would be to stay in line with where we're headed. I would ensure transparency of the use of taxpayers' dollars through being just that, transparent. The one thing I learned about being a principal is that I always was available to my parents, even in the toughest of times. Voters should choose Katrina Wilson to represent them on Miami-Dade County Public School Board. One, because I'm a product of Miami-Dade County Public School Board. Two, I began at the age of 18 in Miami-Dade School Board as a clerk, and I worked my way up and through. I have had successes with children, and I have been able to take the least of kids and make them the best of kids. I can see their futures. I see their futures in the eyes, not only of the child, but I see it in the eyes of the parent. And it is a wonderful, wonderful thing to work with, to believe with, and to achieve with the parent, the teacher, and the child. That's why voters should vote for me.
Every drop has a purpose. It nurtures more than just our gardens. Protect what connects us. Conserve what sustains us. Because water is life.
Plastic bags don't go in the recycling. It's Recycle Right, the game where we find out what's recyclable and what's garbage. Ready to play? Go. So many items we toss daily like cardboard, cans, cartons, glass, and plastic bottles can actually be recycled in our curbside collection program for a cleaner community. The rest is garbage, like your uncle's aim. When you recycle right, we all win. Take your victory lap.
This was awesome. Thank you for tuning in. I love that all the beautiful queens, all the black women's are here tonight, and I love that. And I want to just give a special thank you to our final candidate tonight. All of her supporters, y'all make sure y'all give her some love in the chat as well. I see all the run joy runs, the jump for joys, and all the joys down in my heart. I love y'all in the chat. I love how all the candidates have told their people to come. I saw Wintertime in the chat earlier. So if you were here for our next candidate, Thera Johnson, make sure y'all show her some love. So without further ado, I would love to welcome to the show Miss Thera Johnson. Hey there. And is it Thera or Thera? I just want to make sure I'm saying it correctly.
It's Thera.
Look, I'm totally wrong. So I'm glad.
It's okay. I've been dealing with my whole life, but it's okay.
Tara, look, and a lot of the candidates, this is my first time interacting with you guys, or even speaking to you all. So guys, y'all excuse me, because y'all know that's first rule of journalism. You get that name right, okay? So I want to give you your things. Thank you for your patience. We were running a little bit behind. So if you're okay to stay with us for through all the questions, I would love to make sure that you have your opportunity to speak to the residents of District 1. Okay.
Good evening. You ready?
So, well, you ready. I love it, Miss Thera. Miss Thera. Okay, so we're gonna jump right into the next question. Okay. I mean, the first question. And just so everybody knows, for everyone who was running in the same race, we are asking, the same questions so that
All right.
everybody is fair. And if we may have, and tonight, just because of time, I didn't answer any questions in the chat like we did with other races, but I just wanted to be fair to Ms. Johnson's time. So let's get into our first question. Tell us about yourself and why you're running for Miami-Dade County School Board. What personal, professional, or community experiences have prepared you to serve the students, families, teachers, and staff of District 1?
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Thank you all for being here. Thank you, Janae, for hosting this incredible platform for us as candidates to come on and speak to the community. It's definitely very important. So for sake of time, like I said, I'll just jump right in and answer the questions. And hopefully, if we do have time, we can reach out to some of the people in the chat. Personally, I am a parent. That's my first qualification. I'm a parent of children that attend school in Miami-Dade County. And I have been out in the county and the community for many years. Personally, I have a master's degree from the University of West Florida in public administration and a bachelor's degree from Florida International University in recreation therapy, which is what I currently do. I work with children with special needs that are coming out of Miami-Dade County Public Schools into our after-school programs on a daily basis. So I've done that for the last 14 years right here in Miami-Dade County. I'm a homegrown product of District 1. I'm an alumni of Miami Norland Senior High School. I graduated there in 2000. And I just know that it takes a village to do what it is that we need to do for our children. So I know I'm a part of that village. I've coached in numerous programs within District 1, from the North Bay Bulldogs, Miami Scott Lake Track Club over the years. And we've just come out and try to help our community members as much as we can. I formerly ran for City Council District Seat 3, which is right there in Miami Gardens as well. So I'm familiar with the process of getting out, reaching out to our voters, and setting the public policy that we need to make sure that our children in Miami-Dade County Public Schools are successful. And that is my primary focus for wanting to run for the seat. Dr. Gallen has done an amazing job in the last decade that he's held down that seat, and I want to continue on that legacy, and I'm ready to serve our community.
Thank you so much. And Thera, Miss Angela and Miss Joy kind of took their time answering the questions. So I don't want you to feel rushed either. We just gonna keep it fair.
I don't.
So I don't want you to feel like, but I do know
like
that's a
Miami straight.
island thing where we speak fast, but I just I don't want you to feel, rushed through your questions. Okay. And also too, every candidate interview will be edited, for its own interview, like for their start point and their end point, and we'll be posting that like as a separate video on our YouTube, and an article on our website. So just so you all know who are watching at home, and just so the candidates know as well.
Perfect.
Let's jump right into our next question. Many voters aren't entirely sure what a school board member actually does. In your own words, what is the role of a Miami-Dade County school board member, and what do you believe are the most important responsibilities of the position?
In my own words, someone who is on the school board is that advocate. They are that voice for making sure that the members, the schools, the districts, the personnel, the students, the families are heard. We listen to their cries. We listen to their concerns. We also celebrate their wins. We celebrate their achievements and their accomplishments. And we set policy to make sure that everyone is getting their fair share, in essence, of the pie. Our schools are supported through tax funding and tax dollars. And we want to make sure that the hardworking community members, such as myself, who live in District 1, we want to make sure that our dollars are going back into our school and making sure that the children are receiving the best opportunities for success. So we want to ensure that we are reading through legislation. We are understanding how choices that are made in Tallahassee at the state level are coming down to us at the district level, at the locals and district levels. So we want to make sure that we are aware of these things. And like the former candidate spoke about, we want to make sure that we're voting, because the individuals that are making these policies and these legislations, it's important that we understand who they are and how it's going to affect our children down the pipeline. So we want to just be those advocates to push out all that information to the parents, to the families, and supporting the schools in the best ways that we can as the school board members.
Thank you for your answer. My next question is, excuse me, District 1 has experienced years of strong academic performance under Dr. Steve Gallons III's leadership, with many schools earning A grades and the district benefiting from a number of student and community initiatives. If elected, what parts of Dr. Gallon's legacy would you work to preserve, and what changes or new priorities would you bring to the district?
I would definitely work to preserve, as you stated, the strong academic progress that we have made over the last several years. And I want to ensure that our schools are understanding how important that is to make sure our student success is our top priority every day. So I would definitely strive to get us as a full A school district, A-rated school district at every level, elementary, middle, and high school, as well as any of our secondary schools, our learning programs that are in District 1, and making sure that everything that we do shines at a national level. As Dr. Joyce said, we want our schools to be in those top 10 schools in the nation. And what she was referring to is all school districts are ranked nationally. And we want to make sure Miami-Dade County Public Schools in District 1 are on those lists and in those conversations, in those topics of conversations. That generates funding, that generates donations, that generates a lot of good results. So we want to follow that legacy that Dr. Gallon has set. I definitely will be leaning towards him to provide some advice and some insight to how we can continue on those paths. And then as far as changes, I wouldn't make changes, I would just make improvements. And then I want to make sure that things go upwards and continue to progress in a manner in which we are reaching the levels where all of our schools are A-graded schools, all of our attendance is up, all of our programs are, being recognized, being attended, and making sure we're providing the students, again, with every opportunity for success.
Thank you. Miami-Dade County Public Schools, like many districts across the country, continues to face teacher shortages and challenges recruiting. Excuse me. Miami-Dade County Public Schools, like many districts across the country, continues to face teacher shortages and challenges in recruiting and retaining educators. What strategies would you support to attract, support, and retain high-quality teachers and school employees?
We have to start at the moment where students are deciding to become teachers. And that starts in our school system. That starts in the curriculums that we implement on a daily basis. It also starts with the types of teachers that are teaching our students. If you are looking at a person every day, you're deciding, do I want to be like this person or do I want to be different? And a lot of times the impact that we have really does start right in the classrooms. So it is important to attract our students from those levels and build more of a pipeline from schools to teaching. It's almost that cycle of giving back and giving back to what was taught to you as a student. So I would definitely build a program of pipeline for student to professional to educators so they understand the process. They are doing these things within the curriculum, implementing those types of programs where they're leaving high school, let's say, with an AA degree in teaching. And now they're going towards putting their focus on the next 2 years on becoming an educator and just making that process a lot more streamlined and accessible on on a lot of levels.
Thank you for breaking that down. A very comprehensive plan. My next question is, school choice continues to be one of the biggest education debates in Florida. What are your views on charter schools, private school vouchers, and school choice? How do you believe these policies impact traditional public schools, and what role should the school board play in ensuring every child has access to a high quality education?
First, my personal view is parents do have a choice. They have a choice. They should have a choice in their child's education, and they should have a choice in where their children go to school, and all of those things. That choice starts with the parent. What we have to do as school board members is make the choice very like one of those, like it's a no-brainer type of thing. We want them to bring their children to our schools. So as school board members, we have to make sure that our curriculums are competitive with those of other schools, as far as private schools, charter schools, and ensuring that everything that we are offering or that is being offered by what we can look at as our competitive educators. We want to make sure that we're offering those things within District 1, within Miami-Dade County Public Schools. Even if it's not at every single school, we definitely need to be offering everything across the board at many of the schools within our districts. Even if you have those core schools, like some of them do like the magnet programs that are offered only for dance or theater or, legal studies, medical magnet. So we want to make sure that students in our districts have so many choices and so many options that the only choice that they want to make is attending Miami-Dade County Public Schools and continuing to provide us with the opportunity to make them as successful as we can, so they don't want to make the other options or the other choices that might be available to them. And just continue down that path, make our schools attractive by keeping our grounds clean, keeping our buildings maintained and up to code and up to standard, rebuilding schools. We have quite a few new schools under Dr. Steve Gott, and that would be something else that we would continue to invest in infrastructure and making sure that the schools are safe. You can't send a child to a school that's falling down on them, desks that are falling down on their laps. So we just want to make sure that Dade County Public Schools is the most attractive choice to every parent that's out there.
I like that. And actually, as you know, myself, a product of Miami-Dade County Public Schools, shout out to Carroll City and Northwestern, where I graduated from. I think to your point, parents do need a choice, but let's make sure our public schools is the best high quality, choice. So I really like how you broke that down. My next question is, some Miami-Dade schools are facing declining enrollment while others continue to grow. What should the school board how should the school board respond to lower enrollment, and what factors do you believe are contributing to these changes?
For sure, once you notice that a school is declining in any area, that would definitely be a school that I would target, do a lot of research, try to get to that principal, to those administrators, discuss what those data points have been. If it's a continual thing, if it's an isolated incident, like Dr. Joyce said, that we are in the times of ICE and raids and things of that nature. I know that may not primarily affect every district, but there are some districts being heavily affected by that. And we just want to make sure if it's an isolated incident that we're able to ride the wave. And again, doing our best to make schools more attractive for the students, for them to come to school, be there, educate themselves through Miami-Dade County Schools, providing innovative education. The classroom is not for everybody in a classroom setting. So we might need to provide more innovation. Some of the newer schools that have different learning environments, higher chairs or desks where kids can stand and do their work, fidget toys, just things that we're implementing into the classrooms to make the environments more accessible for everyone. And then parents will be more apt to bringing their children into school and making sure that they're there, they're learning, they're engaging, and being, again, as successful as they can be.
Thank you. My next question is, we've heard concerns, this, piggybacks off of my previous question. We heard concerns from educators and families that immigration enforcement and fears surrounding ICE have affected student attendance and enrollment in some communities. What impact, if any, do you believe this has had on Miami-Dade County Public Schools? And what should be the district support, and how should this district support students and families while remaining within the legal responsibilities, remaining in its legal responsibilities?
Yes, it definitely has had an impact on Miami-Dade County Public Schools, the students, their families. And again, you can't learn if you're in fear. So creating a safe environment for our students, for parents to know when they're drop their child off in one manner and in one condition, and they receive that child back in the same manner and in the same condition. So we want to just go in and make sure that as the school board, we're working together across the districts, because we have to be on one accord as school board members in these types of cases and scenario, because again, it does become a legal matter. So we want to lean to our legal boards, our legal professionals, the experts legally that can advise us on things that we can do to make our environment safer, ensure that parents are understanding that their children are coming to learn and not coming to be, trapped or baited into imprisonment or worse. And we want to make sure that they understand that it's important for the children to be at school, continuing to learn, so they can have a brighter future, so they can in turn become some of those legal professionals that we need so heavily and we rely on so heavily to get into Tallahassee and change legislation and change the legal aspects so that our schools are off grounds for anything except for education, except for extracurricular activities, learning, building success, building lasting friendships and relationships with their peers. And they can come there and not feel any weight of the outside world. They just have to come and learn.
Thank you. Beyond academics, students are facing challenges related to mental health, school safety, absenteeism, and preparing for college careers. Which of these issues or another issue you mentioned would be your top priority, and what specific actions would you take to address it? And I fumbled through that and I just really want to read it over. So, beyond
Okay, go ahead.
academics, students are facing challenges related to mental health, school safety, absenteeism, and preparing for colleges and careers. Which of these issues or another issue, if not mentioned, would be your top priority, and what specific actions would you take to address it?
Although they are all very important priorities across the board, and I would weigh them just right up there together, I think school safety would be one of the ones that I would definitely target. I really feel that it starts there. You want to have children and students come into a welcoming environment, and they feel safe, they feel secure, they feel like they're going from home to their school home, and we want them to come in ready to learn, ready to engage. So that would be my first priority, just making sure all of our students are safe, they are in good environments. If that includes increasing school security and hiring qualified, overly qualified school security guards, running numerous background checks, and making sure that we are hiring the right individuals to perpetuate that. We don't want our male students or our female students coming to school in fear of anything outside of things that are taking place, again, outside in the community. We can't solve every problem outside of the school gates, but we definitely want to make sure that inside of the school gates, we are keeping our students safe so they can learn, and that's all they have to focus on. They can do their college applications, they can do the things that they need to do because they're getting mental health services at the school. We want to make the schools the environment where they can go for everything that they need to ensure that they are given every opportunity, every resource out there that we can provide them. And as a school board member, we need to make sure that all of those are priorities and ensure that we are looking at everything across the board and just giving the kids our all every day that we're there, not just one Wednesday a month. We want to be out there in the schools, on the grounds all the time.
Thank you. Thank you for breaking that down. And my next question is, like I said earlier, I'm an entrepreneur, so this one is close to my heart. Should
Yes,
students have more access to financial literacy, entrepreneurship, and life skills? And if so, what would that look like?
absolutely. As we all know, in some of our communities, financial literacy is on the back burner. We are taught to read, we are taught to write, but we're not taught certain aspects of monetary value where it comes to home mortgages, ownership, like you said, opening a business, and the tracks and paths to be able to attain those things. Education is the foundation of everything. However, we want to make sure under that branch of education, financial literacy is a part of there. So bringing in more contracted vendors, Black-owned businesses, Hispanic-owned businesses, women-owned businesses, just across the board, whatever is resources are out there. Us as school board members researching the products that are out there on the market that can teach our kids everything they need to know about life and everything they need to know about becoming an adult, because they're going to go from elementary, they're going to go to middle school, and they're going to go to high school. And quite a few of our students, they just aren't prepared for what real life looks like. So we need to give them a little bit more or a lot more insight to that through trainings, through extracurricular programs, extracurricular activities that target just financial literacy, resources. We have independent contractors such as yourself come out to the school, do programs, do assemblies for the students, meet you all, more career fairs, and things that the students, again, they're going to really need as they lead up into those careers. And even just, again, as far as elementary, just kind of planting those seeds early at a young age and helping them understand the value of a dollar and what it's going to mean to be able to count your money, save your money, invest in things such as the stock markets and businesses. It's so many levels to financial literacy, but ultimately, without money, we can't do a lot of things. We can't eat, we can't live. So we have to make sure that the kids are also and while they're reading, writing, and learning, they're learning about those real life skills that it's going to take for them to be successful adults and not go into other areas that we don't want them to go into, trying to find out and figure out things that we could have taught them while they were in school.
Thank you. And finally, my last question. Why should the voters of District 1 trust you with their vote?
The voters of District 1 should trust me with their vote because I am just like them. I'm a voter myself, right in District 1. Again, I went to Miami Northern High School. I was born and raised in District 1. So many of the students that I see, I know their parents. I'm familiar with their stories, and I understand what it is that we need as District 1 families, as District 1 teachers, as District 1, school personnel, all of the above. I know personally teachers that currently teach at the high schools, at the elementary schools. So this was a reason why I ran. I wanted to be the voice that speaks for the people, not just someone who wants to maybe be elected to a seat or something along that nature. I don't want to run as a politician. I want to run as a member of the community who wants to advocate for the people of the community who are just like me.
Thank you so much, Miss Thera. Come on. I need y'all to
Thank
give
you.
her some love in the chat. I need y'all to give her some clap. It's still about 35 of us watching right now live. She to end off the night to come in
Thank
here
you.
poised and ready to go. I just commend you because this is your time. This is your,
Yes.
your personal time with your family. You decided to say, hey, I want to come on this evening and talk to the audience that is Hilo News. So being the last person
Yes.
sometimes is not always easy in the lineup. So I just want to thank you for sticking it out with us, even with our, delays in our production today. And I just want to just give you your, some extra kudos for that, because that's not an easy thing to do. And to
Thank
all of
you.
y'all who stayed on, even the amount of people that are still here, and you guys want to learn about local government and school boards, like that just shows me where we are as a community right now. And I'm really, really loving it. So let's give ourselves
Perfect.
some
Perfect.
love
Yeah,
in the chat.
I want us
Okay.
to teach our kids that we can do it. They can do anything they want to do. They can do anything they want to do. They don't have to come from a certain name, a certain background.
Mhm.
If they want to do it, I want to be one of the school board member that teaches them how to.
Thank you. And Tara, before I let you go, and I'm saying that correctly, right?
Tara, yes. The
Tara,
H is silent.
I'm gonna just say Miss Johnson. Um,
Thank you.
Miss Johnson. Um, before I let you go, please let people know how they can connect with you, support you, volunteer, donate, social
Yes.
media, all of the good things. Let them know how they can connect with you.
You can follow me on social media under my name, Thera Johnson, Thera Johnson, Johnsson. As you can see on my shirt, I have a very unique name, so it's not going to be a whole lot of Thera Johnsons that you find. I have a Facebook page. I'm on Instagram. I believe one of my team members is putting all the information into the chat, so feel free to share. If you want to donate to my campaign, it is Thera Johnson Campaign. And you can do that through Cash App. You can do that through Zelle. You can reach out to me directly. My phone number is 305-502-8923. That is my campaign phone number. And feel free to contact me, reach out. I want us to, I want to sit in living rooms. I want to talk to parents. I want to talk to the community. So please reach out to me. I'm looking forward to speaking to you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, Ms. Johnson. Like I said, amazing job. Kudos to everybody who wanted to hear from the school board members and the candidates tonight, so you guys can make the best decision for your life. Thera, thank you again, and may the best person win. God bless you on your campaign. Thank you again for coming on
Thank you so
High
much,
Low News.
Janae, for having us.
No, look, I get Janie too, so
important.
I get it. So I'm a girl who understands it. But thank you so much. Thank you so much.
No problem.
We'll be
You have
in
a great
touch.
evening.
You have
And
a good
blessings for
evening.
more blessings for you and your media company.
Same to you. Thank you.
Okay.